Okay, hey guys. So felt like doing another video and kind of feel it's going to be sort of about reflection. It's coming to the end of 2011 and it's like Christmas and New Year's resolutions and what you're going to promise to do like next year and what you're going to change and stuff, and no one ever sticks to those. Doesn't really work, does it? But I feel like, when you reflect on something, you can learn, can't you? You learn something new. I have this philosophy where whatever happens in your life, whether it's a breakup or someone dies or you move house or, you upset someone or something, you should always take the positivity out of it. You should always say, well, next time that happens or next time I'm in a similar situation, I can take that little snippet of information to get over the next hill. Don't be like, oh no, it's so bad, and just try and take the positive out of things. That's what life's about. It's about learning. It's about reflecting about how you manage to handle that situation. And reflection is something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. Reflecting on how much I've changed this year. Reflecting on how I've handled relationships, how I've handled people, how I've handled jobs. I mean, something that I've learned big time is that I'm not academic. I struggle in uni, and I struggled with a tutor, and it just taught me, that you should always handle people with care and be careful, what you say and how you treat people. And even if you don't get on with someone, keep your enemies closer, I guess. And I also learned that, as much as education is good for you, and, you need that piece of paper to get the job, that some people, aren't cut out for academia. I'm really practical and I'm really open-minded and I like to challenge, and apparently uni doesn't approve of that. Well, not the uni that I go to anyway. And I just kind of feel like, I've done the whole education road now, and now it's time for me to go out on my own and find my own thing, whether it's by accident or, I decide that there's something I want to do. I think that's something that I've reflected on and learned from reflecting, is that, next year it's going to be about me, not about writing essays and sticking to deadlines and all that jargon. And so reflection's a good thing. What else am I reflecting on? I've learned a lot about food and illness this year, and I'm reflecting on, how I've handled that, and listen to your body really is what I've learned from reflecting on the past year, is that, your body is telling you something. Just, if you have a headache, don't take paracetamol. Try and figure out why you have that headache. Is it because you haven't had enough water? Is it because you've had too much caffeine? Is it because you're diabetic and you haven't, had your insulin shot? Or is it because, you're allergic to something? It's what I've learned. And I think everyone can learn from that. Listen more to your body than to your mind. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's better that way, because the mind is as much as it's amazing, it's also, when it comes to food and addiction, it's like, it's in your mind, it's what you think. It's, I really need that piece of chocolate, but why do you need it? Do you need it because your body needs it? Is your body saying, I haven't got enough sugar, that's why I'm shaking? Or is it your mind having a comfort in chocolate? That's something that I've really learned, and it's something that I'm still going through, learning about fruitarianism and raw food diets and gluten-free diets and, what to eat and stuff. So that's been a major reflection in my life the past couple of months, and it's still all new to me, and I'm still learning, and I think I always will be with food. You know, it's an ongoing thing. Um, what else? Kind of reflecting on relationships at the moment. Um, I've still got a lot to learn on that. You know, I'm gonna be really honest and say that I've hurt a lot of people this year. I really have. And you know, some of the people might be watching this who I have, and you know, saying sorry isn't good enough. I know that. Um, but I guess it's, you know, I don't know. Relationships are a funny thing, really. I think, you know, when you're young, it's discovering who you are in a relationship, and who you want to be with and why. You know, I think it's every relationship you get into, you take something from that breakup and put it into the next relationship. And I think the way I've seen it is that as I've gone from one relationship to another, I've taken something new to learn into the next relationship. But I don't know, I've hurt a few people, and I just, yeah, yeah. So that's something that hopefully 2012 will be more clearer for me, I think. But yeah, it's interesting, really, isn't it? You know, some people can really deal with being single and on their own and strong, and can do it for years. You know, and some people really like to be in relationships and have that one person to always rely on, and ask for help, and you know, depend on. I think a major part of relationships in yourself of who you are is whether you are massively independent or not. And I think it's also what you believe in. You know, you need someone who has the same beliefs as you, so that you resonate off each other. But then saying that, you know, you can be too similar as well, to the point where it just, you know, it's nice that you have everything in common, but it's like too much. So I think it's getting that balance of like independence and you know, resonating on the same line. It's difficult, and you know, relationships are a challenge. But I also think it's, you know, whether you have a guilty conscience or not. You know, that's something that gets in people's way quite a lot. Is that, you know, some people can go through life, you know, using and abusing and not having a guilty conscience and just being like, oh, it's fine, you know. But then some people really, you know, it's like, I've really hurt that person, and it's really grating on me that I've done that, you know, and I've used this person too much, and I need to stop doing that. I think having a guilty conscience is like having fear, in a way. It's kind of how I see it. Is that because it's there in your mind, and because it's blocking you from doing what you want to do, it's something that you have to learn how to handle, I think. You know, it's something that I have to learn how to handle personally myself, is having a guilty conscience, because I can't hurt someone and not care. You know, I might not show that I don't care, but deep down I do. You know, I think that's part of my purpose on Earth, is that I am a light worker. I'm there to show love, and when I hurt someone, and that it really upsets me. You know, even if hurting them is the right reason at the time, you know, after, it's still quite painful. But yeah, it's something that you learn, I think. But, yeah. So yeah, it's just incredible as to how much I've changed. You know, looks wise, diet wise, personality wise. You know, I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot more independent. I'm a lot healthier as well. I think that's part of growing up, really, isn't it? Is that, you know, without these experiences and without these challenges, you know, you wouldn't become who you are. You know, you choose your life before you are born, and I think that's something that everyone should know. That's a key part of life, I think, that knowing that you chose your parents and you chose your life before you were born is something that I believe will help people come to terms with what they're going through. It definitely helped me come to terms with all my operations and watching my family go through what they've been through, and watching, you know, society, it's humanity altogether could do with learning about their sole purpose. And I think it will help us understand Earth if we know that as well. But you know, you have to believe in it first. Believe that everything happens for a reason. That's something that some people find hard to take in, as that everything happens for a reason. You know, it's intention. That, you know, when you say, I intend to do this, the intention's already there. It's just that you get put on that click of a pathway to get to that intention, you know? So, yeah, I think it's incredible, you know? Life's just amazing. Such a ball of fun. I don't mean that sarcastically, I mean, you know, my ethos is take from life the positivity and move forward, and or don't ever forget to play with your inner child, really. So yeah, see you later.